All right, well, I've got another episode of Project 9X for you guys today. This one's a little bit different, not really going to be working on a project itself, but going to be showing you some of the tools and gadgets that I use to build these projects, or little things that help me prepare for the projects, things like that. I thought it'd be a good time to show you guys some of these items, to help you in your list of projects to do around the house. Maybe that'll help you out or kind of make you feel at ease in your daily life, having these things around. All right, so the first item here is not my cell phone, but it's what's here stuck to the back of my cell phone. If you can see that, not sure if you can. This is a magnet that's on the back. This is by Night Eyes. It's a Steely product that they have, and basically what this is a magnet that's glued to the back of your cell phone. And it's the other part of this is a steel ball that is connected to the dash of my truck. So what this is a way for me to know where my cell phone is when I'm driving. Right now, I don't really like having this big thing in my pocket. It's just kind of not comfortable to have there. So when I get in my truck, I just kind of open the door, take this out of my pocket, and then just kind of stab this on the dash and it holds it. You can do, be able to see navigation where it is on my dash, but I just like knowing where the phone is, and then when I go to leave, I just grab it off there instead of having it, stuck in my pocket the whole time and getting on my nerves. Or just, if it's not in my pocket, I throw it in the passenger seat, something like that. I wanted something that was a little more secure, actually, where it is. So what this is, just a magnet that has this like double-sided tape on the back. Same for the steel ball that's in the truck. And this double-sided tape does its job because I've had this for about a year and it hasn't come off yet. But one thing I've used this for as well on doing my projects is that it is really nice to actually have a magnet on the back of your phone. So I'm able to stick it to something. Pull this. So like what I would do is, if I'm working on something, I'm listening to the radio on my phone, and I'm able to just stick it somewhere and it'll hold where it is. So I'll do some gardening, and I have one of those steel bins that some of the plants are in, and I just stick it to the side and just listen to music. Or I've had it stuck somewhere and I'm like kind of dirty, and I'm like get on the phone and able to Google something real quick or look it up on YouTube as to I'm in the middle of a project, how do I finish it? So it's worked out really well being able to again, like know where your phone is and have a way of sticking it somewhere and having it stay, and so it's not like on the ground when I'm outside working, or things like that. Or I'm working on the camper, I can able to stick it to something that I have there, and so it works out really well. I recommend this. I didn't realize how much I'd used a magnet on the back of my cell phone until I got one, but I really recommend this. This is the Steely product by Night Eyes. Okay, we'll go to the next one. Here is this battery backup jump starter system by Audu. I got this about a year ago, mainly or maybe more than that, when I had a vehicle that the alternator was going and I kept needing to be jump started, and so I wanted something a little more reliable, or just something that I could have in my car that I could feel a little bit at ease having something I can jump start my truck with, or my car with at the time. So I got this, and this is pretty nice in that it can jump start the car, but it's also a battery backup. So this is the Audu model e-Power 155. It has 20,000 milliamp hours of capacity, and I actually never used it to jump off the vehicle because I ended up selling it and getting another one. But so I bought this, and the first thing I noticed when I got it was this is really nice packaging. It's all like in foam and everything, and it's got a little zip pouch here for your jump start cables. So it has nice claws on them to clip to your battery, and then a way to charge it in the wall, the system itself, and then a what I would call a cigarette lighter connection adapter, and then another USB-C cord. So basically it's just a battery with a couple of USB ports in the side here that can charge multiple phones at once, or multiple devices, whatever you have, laptop. And then it has the connection here for the jump starter. So what I use this for is that, you know, we have a power outage or something like that. This is kind of ready to go, and I can plug in my cell phone if, you know, it's long enough of an outage that I need to keep the phones charged. But I also use this when I go camping, maybe not real, you know, in-depth backpacking, but whenever we went somewhere, like we went to Cumberland Island here in Georgia, where it's a remote island on the coast, and we were there for several days, and just to be able to have phone connection over so many days, I brought something like this and was able to charge our phones. And you know, 20,000 milliamp hours is really nice to have. It'll charge a phone fully charged several times, or multiple phones once. So this was good to have. I really recommend this as like kind of a peace of mind tool to have. You know, you put it in your car, charge it up, put it in your car, it lasts a good while. You probably have to top it off every couple of months, but that way, you know, you can jumpstart yourself. You don't have to wait on somebody else. And you know, when something goes down with the power and you're at your house, you can charge your cell phone with something like this, more than just one of those small ones you get at the cash register line, you know, the little cell phone recharge things. This one's quite a bit sturdier. All right, so the next item on our list here is another kind of emergency kit kind of thing. So what I did was, once I got my Tacoma, there's a lot of videos on YouTube about that, and you know, about that truck and different things that people do with it. And what I learned a lot is there's a lot of people that have like kind of emergency bags and things like that they'll put in their vehicle to just in case kind of stuff. And I noticed I kind of needed something like that. I would do a lot of projects for work, and I'd go to these job sites, go to things, and I noticed I needed you know, wasn't really planning on it, but doing things that had to repair some equipment that was out there that really didn't need it to be done. But anyway, so I would need some, you know, kind of basic equipment like, you know, screwdriver and pliers, and noticed on my own vehicle or whatever else I was doing, it would be nice to have a pair of pliers or screwdriver or something like that. Didn't want a bag of tools though in the car. I, you know, needed the room, I guess you'd say, as well, and wanted something, you know, to kind of unobtrusive and just basic, and, you know, something to start out with to kind of, you know, pare it all down to really what did I really need, and not have to just haul something around just to do that. So I came up with this thing is this is actually a tennis ball container. And this was, I don't know how I thought of it actually, but was able to store a few things in here. So what I do with this is I put this in the door of my truck where it has a cup holder. This is the same size as the cup holder, so it'll fit in there nice, and it's out of the way, kind of tucked out of the way. And I got a bunch of things in here that I use to well, that I don't really use. I just to use it as an emergency situation, so we'll go into that. But it's nice to have it all kind of compact into this tennis ball container. So what I've got under the lid is a $20 bill. So this is nice for when you know, maybe you forget your wallet and you run out of gas or something like that. Is you can you know, pay for a couple of gallons with it these days. But it's nice to have a 20, just an extra, and not have it really visible somewhere. And I also, I'll just dump it all out. So these are just what I've got so far. So like what I was talking earlier is have a multi-tool. Just have your kind of basic, this is a Leatherman multi-tool, but I needed something, you know, with pliers and things like I said, and so I keep this in here. It was in my camping gear, but I just keep it in my truck now. And then also have a flashlight, same thing. This was in my camping gear before, but it's nice to have a flashlight on hand for when something goes down at nighttime. And then have spare batteries, so AAA and AA. I had AA's for the longest time. A couple of tools that I use, or I mean, when I'm out having my calculator or whatever is going bad, whenever I'm out there doing engineering, you need that for sure. But they take AA's, but then I realized that this flashlight here takes AA's, kind of, I don't know, unfortunately happened. So they went dead, and I didn't have any AA's, so I got another AAA pack, just taped them together. Band-aids, you know, for when something goes down. Actually have used these not on myself, but on my kids. Whenever we're at soccer or baseball and something goes down, we have batteries there to help. And some, you know, hand sanitizer wipes. I've had some areas where I needed to like tie something down in the bed of the truck, And I do have some bungee cords back there, but it's always nice to just have some cords, so I have some paracord there. And then before I got that larger Audio system, I got a cell phone charger here, and this is actually pretty good. It's not as bulky as the other one, so I'm able to keep this in my pocket with my cell phone, and it'll charge it as I'm going. So I'm at the same kind of deal. I go to work, come back, we go to baseball practice or baseball games, and we're working, we're out there late at night, and the cell phone's starting to die by the end of that, either on the phone with my wife or whatever, and letting her know what's going on. And I've been using it at work all day, so I needed a little way to kind of give it a little boost before the end of the day, and that's what this has come in handy for on some occasion. But it's also nice. I've been out stuck in the field or something, and able to use this, and to kind of give it a little bit of a juice. It's only just a few percent, but it can't charge it completely while I was saying it, but it can charge maybe 10 to 20% of the phone battery life. So again, these are nothing here is special. It's just things that I've come across that I needed, but really it's the container that it comes in. I wanted something that was small and kind of compact and can put it somewhere that was out of the way, but also was secure. And so having it in this tennis ball container really has come in handy. So right now I'm almost full, so maybe when I get full with this, I'll have to come up with something else. But anyway, I think this works out pretty good. So if you're in this kind of market for something to kind of store something in your truck or vehicle, whatever, to have some, just be thinking of something like this that fits in a cup holder. That's kind of neat. So anyway, so that's another little tool I have that has worked out well and has helped me out on these things. So, so why don't you give that a try. All right, let's make our way on to the next item. These are called Vix Bits, and actually have used these on one of my previous projects. I mentioned it. I can't remember what project it was actually that I filmed, but I mentioned one of these things, and these have come in handy. I'm not sure actually how I found them, but what these are is a way to center a drill bit into either a hinge or bracket or something like that already has a pre-made hole in it. And so what I found myself doing for many years was having a bracket or a hinge and holding it, getting it just right, exactly where I want it, then go to drill the hole for the screw, and the drill bit goes in there nice and centered, and you get it started and it walks a little bit, and you're just like, oh man, it just off. And so it would kind of pull the hinges especially, because they're pretty susceptible to any little change. It could change the swing of the door or whatever. So I was getting really frustrated and found these where it's a drill bit inside this centering piece of metal that fits into the hole that's pre-made into the bracket or hinge, and then you push hard on the drill, and the drill bit comes out and it goes exactly in the center of that hole that's in the bracket or in the hinge. So I've got 3 here. They're in different sizes, but it's kind of a neat tool. Not much to it, but it is so useful when drilling, and for these projects that you're working on the hinge. I think it was for the chicken coop, maybe I was putting the hinges up. You just hold the hinge there and zip these in, and no problem, they're all in the center, and then go back and put the screws in place. So anyway, these are really a good handy tool to have. I didn't actually know they existed until I don't know how I came across them actually, but these are called Vix Bits with different size drill bits, and I'm going to have a link to them. I think they're from Amazon. But if you're doing a lot of drilling with hinges and brackets and things like that, and have had the same problem as me of getting your drill bit to kind of walk on you, these are good to have for your project, to where you can center it real nice and get those hinges installed exactly where you want them. So that's a good tool to have for a project around your house. So all right, we'll go to the next one. Here is a battery charger. So this is an EBL fast charger. It's, as you can see, it's just for triple and double A's. It just has a plug on the back here. So I had a previous charger, and it just didn't really meet what we wanted. So we have not necessarily we have a junk drawer in the kitchen, like everybody, and then right next to it we have the battery drawer. We go through so many batteries with kids' toys and their flashlights and my flashlights, things like that, is we have a separate battery drawer with all the different sizes. But I had a charger that was charging. We started switching to rechargeable batteries, but that charger was huge. It would charge AA, AAA, 9-volt batteries. It had a cord coming out of it. It could charge, I think, 8 at once. It's really neat, but there's a few drawbacks to that. It was, for one, it was huge, and it had this long cord. It was like 10 foot long. I don't know why you needed such a long cord for this thing, but when you put that in the drawer, it just makes it a big mess. It really didn't fit well. Also, when it was done, it wouldn't really finish, it wouldn't like stop charging when it was finished charging the battery. So I don't know what kind of programming it didn't have, but it just didn't suit it well. And and the last thing was you had to charge them in pairs. You couldn't charge one at a time. You would always have to charge 2 AA's or 2 AAA's at a time. And some of the devices we have takes 3 batteries, so that's kind of annoying. So I went online and did a lot of research and found this charger by EBL. And what it is you can charge either 1 or 4. I think they also make an 8-bay model, but you can charge 1 or 4 at a time. They can be all different ranges of charging, and it has an LCD screen here. And you can have this first one could be fully discharged. You can have one that's half charged, another one that's discharged, and another one almost full. Put them all in here, and it would charge them all to full. And when it's full, it'll stop, and actually will check on it and do a trickle charge on it as well to kind of maintain it until you pull them all out. So this was kind of nice. It had the LCD screen, so I could see the level of charge for all batteries. The other one I had, it was just a light that would come on. So it wasn't really, wouldn't tell you how close you were at all. This one does that. So it's kind of nice to just put all the batteries in here, plug it in the wall, and kind of get a handle on what's going on with the battery. So really nice. The real key feature is that it is really small. You can see how nice and compact this is. So it fits nice in the drawer, and it's kind of tucked away, and you don't know it's there until you need it. Okay, so one final tool I have here is a little different. So I have a Bible here. So I work on a lot of projects around the house, around the property. I'm always doing physical projects and things that need to get done around here, and projects I like to work on, learn about, and kind of grow that way. But I think, kind of the ultimate project or another aspect of life is your spiritual growth. And, I think that's key to every person, is to have some sort of spiritual growth, be it with Christianity, obviously with the Bible here, or any other type of religion. Obviously I'm kind of biased to the one I have, I guess you'd say, but I do have a Bible here, and this is such a good resource, a tool to have in your arsenal for life. It is a great guide on how to live as a Christian, or really even if you're not a Christian. It has a lot of knowledge built into this book right here. Obviously if you are a Christian, you know what's in here. You have an idea at least of what's in here, but it can change on you as you get older, or as you change in different chapters in your life. Different parts of it can mean different things. But if you're not a Christian, it also can be a good tool for your life. If you're having you want to grow spiritually as well, and you are interested in different types of knowledge, then looking around online, there's plenty of other religions, obviously, but I do not want you to just put this one away as Christianity is not being important. We've had it quite a long time here in the United States, obviously. That's where I'm from, so that's kind of what I've been accustomed to. But having this Bible has been such a good tool to use in my life, and I would want to just kind of tell you to go get one, and you can get them for free. A lot of churches actually give them away for free, or you can go to the store and get one. But it is a good tool to have, and it's one that's constantly changing throughout your life. So again, just wanted you to know that this is a tool to use. This isn't just a book to read or something. This is a tool that I use, and I try to use it as much as I can. Like any Christian, you have your ups and downs in your walk with Christ. So you have times that you're really into this and learning a lot, and it means something. And then there's times that life gets in the way and you haven't focused on it as much as you'd like. So again, This is a tool, I mean, I guess you consider it a multi-tool. It does different things for you at different parts of your life. But even if you're not a Christian, I would recommend you at least take a look at it. You know, there's throughout the span of humanity that this has been around, there's billions of people that have read this book and have taken what it says to hearts. And so just, you know, don't discount that. You know, you might think, you know, in this today and age in America, this is kind of I don't want to say frowned upon, but it's just not as popular. But you know, it is obviously it's a popular book throughout all of humanity, and it has brought a lot of good to people's lives. So anyway, again, this is just a quick episode of the tools that I have used throughout, you know, my projects around here, and I thought it would be good to show you guys what those tools are for your projects. Hopefully, this would help you out and get you, you know, able to see some tools that you didn't know was out there, and quick little, you know, some gadgets that would help you out as well. So if you would, you know, like this video, and stay tuned for some more coming down the way. I'm gonna be working on the camper again and some other projects, but I wanted to take the time to kind of show you some of these tools that I've been working with, and you know, doing what I can to help you guys out. So I appreciate it. Thanks for sticking around.